Morning everyone, lovely morning. There you are. This is just some of the wildlife you'll see around the lakes here. You know, many times I've seen the grebes like that carrying their chicks like that. But what they've done recently, here is see they've been down here cutting the grass around these lakes. They've put a couple of hides here. There's one up there, and there's one down there. Now the difference with this lake, it's tidal, it's salt water this is, because the tide comes in here. When the tide comes in, it backs up the water course where this lake runs into the sea, pushes all the salt water back up in here. So there are fish in here. You can see over there, look at that, just sitting there is a little shag, look, just on that little platform there. He's probably drying himself after doing a bit of fishing. And it's weird here because, like I said, my leg, this little place is split into two, this little lake, and I can walk now down the divide because the tide is out, so the water drops to a certain level and stays at that level. There are fish in here, but they are saltwater fish that come in with the tide, you know, and then they stay in the lake here. So this is the one half here. Now this is the half you can walk across. Now the tide's out, the tide's in, this is all underwater, so you can't do what I'm doing at the moment, walking down between the divides of the two lakes, which become one bigger lake. So you got that half there, and you got this half here, and then there's another point jutting out there, and it goes round the back down there as well. There are a couple of pintails on the water, a few mallards. There's a heron right down the very bottom, sitting on the edge of the ground there. So yeah, this path is gets pretty muddy, you know. It does get underwater. So Jakey loves the water, whether it's salt water or dry or fresh water. I genuinely said dry water. What a lunatic I am. Look at that, look how beautiful they are, the little pintails. Smashing little duck. And some more there, look. Absolutely beautiful. The female's very drab. The male has a couple of geese flying past, look. If you could see those. Yeah, a couple of grey-lag geese going down there. They go down in the distance now. So there's a couple of, I don't know, the pintails or mallards just on this side of the lake. Just here. A couple of mallards, I think. Yeah, a couple of mallards. A duck and a drake. Again, the duck is very plain, and the pintails, which you can see through there now, all paired up. There are more males and females, I think there. 1, 2, 3 females, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 males, so sort it out, boys. And then you've got a couple of mallards over here. Again, very drab, the female. Same as I think it's most, I'm not saying all animals, but it seems to be all the birds. With the birds, the male is always more colourful than the female, you know. So, you can see the heron fishing there, he's standing there, look. Can you just see him through there? He will take off, no doubt, when I get a bit closer. They usually go off making a bit of a noise, you know. They call when they take off usually, but sometimes they don't, so who knows. But he stood there fishing. So like I said, there are fish in here, but we put a fox up here the other morning. I didn't have my phone with me, because obviously he's after the ducks, you know. And some of the areas they're in the shallows, so he can easily pounce on them, you know. But there's the heron there. I don't know if you can see him. He's away from the grass now, it's a bit clearer, so he might just take off when he hears Jakey and me come in, you know. So one bird I've never liked is the old heron, you know. There he is, look. Just fishing there. There he is. Just having a little fish. So, you know, usually there's quite a few of them, you know. But you don't see these fishing where there's another one fishing, you know. So, stalking away. Sounds a bit like aha, I said stalking away. Anyway, that's enough rubbish from me today, people. Give a last little look around. Quick look there. We come back out a bit. Oh, the village. Up there. And this is where we come down this path. Well, have a beautiful day, everyone. Stay safe and God bless you all. Take care, and I'll catch you soon on a live, I suppose. God bless.